Alright, how's it going, guys? Um, yeah, it's that time of the year again where I look back at a movie that I initially didn't like and admit that I was wrong. Alright, so Lost River is directed by Ryan Gosling. I saw it a few weeks ago at a screening, and initially I wasn't like a giant fan of it. Let me just tilt this down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So initially, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought there was a lot of really cool ideas, a lot of beautiful imagery, a great soundtrack, but I don't know what it was. It just didn't click with me the first time, and I liked it, like I enjoyed it, but like its like flaws were very evident to me. Like I just was very aware of what was wrong with it. Since then, I saw it, and then weeks went by, and I was like, all right, whatever. Then the movie came out on iTunes. It came out on iTunes before it came out anywhere else. It came out about a week before on iTunes, and then on Friday it came out in wherever. So I woke up the morning it came out on iTunes, and I rented it, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna watch it again. So I watched it again, and this time I was a little bit more forgiving. I was like, wow, there's some really solid ideas here. It's just not like the perfect movie. And I finished it and was like, that's really great. A couple hours go by, I was like, fuck, I need to watch Lost River again. So I watch it again on my laptop, and I really liked it. And then the next day I'm sitting there and I was thinking. And I was like, whoa, that soundtrack, it was so great. So I bought the soundtrack and I'm listening to the soundtrack in the car, and then I'm like, I need to watch the movie. So I go home that night and I watch Lost River again. So I've seen Lost River like 4 times in like 3 days. And then Friday, it was playing at a theater here in LA. So I went with a friend and we saw it in the theater, which was even better. It's like the first time. But I really got to experience. And after seeing it in the theater, I decided that I really love this movie. I really, really, truly, deeply love Lost River. Um, yeah, if you watch my review, there are still glaring problems. Ryan Gosling is a young filmmaker. He really is, and I think it's a problematic movie, but it is an absolutely beautiful movie at the same time. And this is the kind of movie that I really appreciate because it does feel like there's a lot going on, and you need to watch it more and more and more to understand things. It's more complex, and there's a lot going on, and there's a lot being said, and I enjoy that. There are I can say 9 times out of 10 the Oscar movies every year. I'll see 9 out of 10 of them, and 9 out of 10 of them I've pretty much forgotten by the next year. I don't remember them. It's movies like this and Only God Forgives that are flawed, that really stand out to me. I'm still go back and forth with Only God Forgives. I'm not saying that I love it. I respect what it is. I respect what it is. I've seen it a fucking bajillion times. I've seen it like maybe like 10 times on DVD. I've seen it twice in the theater, and then once at a film festival earlier this year, or last October. So I saw that with the documentary My Life, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, which I love. I think that's an amazing documentary. I know a bunch of people are shitting on it, so fuck you people. It's great. It's such a good, insightful documentary. I love it. Back to Lost River. Lost River has so many sprawling ideas, and it melds a lot of just filmmaking styles, which I think Ryan Gosling really nailed. He worked with like Gaspar Noé's and DP, who did like Enter the Void and Spring Breakers, and it's just it's a colorful, dark dream world that is twisted, and it's verging on like the Guillermo del Toroian fantasy, and I love that. And it's like the more I've seen this movie, the more I respect it and the more I understand it, and it really is. It's kind of like it's like a Pan's Labyrinth. It's like how would I put it? It's like Pan's Labyrinth directed by Ryan Gosling with Nicholas Winding Refn like guiding his hand. That's and David Lynch overseeing it. Like that's like David Lynch overseeing the edit or something like that. That's kind of how I would describe it. It's very different than a lot of things I've seen. I understand where like the mainstream audience would not like this. All the people that have watched this with don't like it except for one girl who was my friend who went with me to the theater, and she really loved it. She really did, because the movie is essentially like an hour and a half just piece of art. Um, there's just so many like swirling ideas and different stuff there. I'm just very blown away by it, and I'm gonna probably continue to be blown away by it for a while. I plan on watching this movie again tonight, just because why not? I just think it's very interesting. Um, but yeah, and it's just so it's strange because the movie will transform from something that's very kind of intimate and sweet, especially the stuff between Saoirse Ronan and Ian. I don't know what his name is. He's a great actor. I'm sorry, I should know what his name is, but I don't. And Ian and his little brother Frankie. Well, Ian's not the character's name in the movie. That's the actor's name, but him and his little child brother, it's just very sweet, and it's like that whole like mother's love trying to like protect your children. It's very interesting, and it's very heartwarming and very nostalgic, and kind of, I don't know, it's just so cool, and it's mixed with the violence that a lot of us like. My two favorite things in life, when I'm like artistically, are sex and violence. And it just, like, there's something about violence that's very like mesmerizing. That's probably not the best thing in the world, but it is. And Ryan Gosling gives us violence. It is graphic. It is dark. There's a scene with an animal being tortured that's not, I'm not okay with it, but it just lends to the world, and the world building in this film is pretty cool. I still have some gripes about like the acting. I just didn't feel like the actors really had a chance to shine. They were good in what they did, but like their characters weren't developed enough to really like push it past. I am very excited. After seeing this movie so many times, I will see whatever Ryan Gosling directs next. I will. I think this is just a really good first experimental film, and I give him the props that his first film, he just dove in. He just went right for the weird, went right for something different. He could have played it safe and done something a little bit more marketable, and but he didn't. He went right into what he wanted to go into, and I give him massive points for that. I really do like this movie. I'm gonna say I'm keeping my review of the 6 out of 10, but that's like mainly for like mainstream audiences, because I don't think mainstream audiences are gonna like this. I love this movie. I love it very passionately, very deeply, and I will I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that this will be in my top 10, if top 10, if not near the top 5 of, or possibly number 1 if nothing else this year turns out to be this good. For 2015. It is a mesmerizing movie, and I love it. I recommend it to anyone that likes more kind of art house, dark things like this. So watch this. If you're only into mainstream movies, it's probably not going to be your cup of tea. But yeah, I'm going to go see Ex Machina. It came out Friday. I just haven't gotten a chance to yet. I would love to review that here pretty soon. I might go see it tonight, maybe. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, down below is my link to my Twitter. I am constantly tweeting about movies and thoughts on things, so follow me. Talk to me. Tell me what you think about movies. Tweet at me. I will respond 99.9% of the time. Sometimes I don't respond to the comments here just because I get busy. But leave comments here. Tell me what you thought of Lost River. I'm dying to hear what other like kind of cinephiles think of this movie. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.